What's up, dudes? Max here, and I got some pretty awesome info about one of the biggest fighting games this year and a resurgence game. Of course, it's Guilty Gear Xrd. Now, you know me, I'm not into a lot of anime fighters, but when it comes to Guilty Gear, it kind of started like anime fighters, but what really kept me rooted and what kept me interested in the series for a long time was that it's kind of like anime slash super metal. Character designs get a little crazy. Some of the new character designs are a little iffy in my opinion, but a lot of them still do look really damn cool. And I'm really looking forward to getting back into the series. We did have a few videos talking about and playing Guilty Gear at E3 this year, and a special video showing off some 60 frames per second gameplay with a little bit of a cheat on YouTube. But what I wanted to go over is some of the other things that's happened since then. And one of the bigger ones is that Guilty Gear Xrd is actually going to be a cross-online play game. That means between the PlayStation 4 version and the PlayStation 3, you can actually play each other. Not only are you limited to play only other PS3 users or only other PS4 users, you will be able to have net play for everyone, which is a huge, huge deal if you guys didn't know about it. That's pretty freaking awesome. The other thing is that they're putting special consideration into the online modes and availability for Guilty Gear Xrd, which doesn't happen too often with a lot of Japanese-made fighting games, which is why I'm very excited to hear about this. They're having special 8-player lobbies with support for 4 concurrent games at the same time, meaning that there's no more waiting around in the lobby. Once like one match ends, you get paired up with another person in the lobby. So if you have 8 people, you always have like 4 games going on, 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2, which is brilliant. I believe Skullgirls already does something kind of similar to this, and I'm just glad to see other games taking suit and making lobbies more functional and playable. Because one of the most annoying things for player lobbies in fighting games is literally waiting around to play, when all these other people are down here waiting to play the top person. I do think that arcade style, that like quarter up arcade style, should still be there, but I want lobbies where you can constantly play. You're playing new people, different matches all the time, and I think that's a really good thing. And it's also refreshing to see that Japanese fighting game developers are thinking about that, and they're actually implementing really awesome stuff for people playing the game online. Now, playing the game online is great. They can do all these modes, it can be amazing, it can be like Injustice with all this stuff, but if the netcode itself is really bad, then that's really not a good sign. Even though all this stuff is available, it doesn't matter if the gameplay doesn't hold up to all this extra stuff. However, we might get an opportunity to get an early glimpse at the netcode of Guilty Gear, as the game is getting a release in December of this year for Japan. Sadly, the North American and any other release has not been confirmed yet. We do not know when Guilty Gear is coming out elsewhere, but early December, the game will be launching on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 in Japan. And the nice thing, one of the best things about the PlayStation 4, is that the system is not region locked. You can go purchase a copy or import a copy of Guilty Gear Xrd, or go to like a Japanese PlayStation Network account, and you'll be able to get the game early. That's freaking awesome. And some other systems that I've had gripes with them locking their regions and stuff like that, I'm really glad to see that the PlayStation 4 is doing something like this, because it gives us a chance to play Guilty Gear Xrd ahead of the American release. And to be honest, when it comes to fighting games, unless you're really looking forward to the tutorial mode or the story, you don't need the entire game to be in English most of the time. I've played several fighting games over the past 15 years that were all in Japanese, and you figure things out just fine through the help of tutorials, online, or just playing the game. If you guys are reluctant about it, you have a PS4 and you're kind of waiting, I suggest you should probably just check out Guilty Gear Xrd. The import copy is going to be a little expensive. It is coming out December early of this year, so go give it a shot. If you're looking forward to this game as much as me, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other American players online, and this is where we're going to get a chance to test the netcode a little bit early, kind of ahead of everyone else outside of Japan. I'm looking forward to actually playing against Japanese players to see how the connection holds up amongst the West Coast United States all the way to Japan. That's actually a really good connection basis to go around. A lot of the times West Coast to East Coast United States is good to test, but the big ones are like across oceans, and if it handles across an ocean extremely well, then man, we might be just totally good to go. If this game runs well, and if we find out if it does, I'll be back letting you guys know how the netcode works, how it feels, and you'll be good to go when the American version comes out, if you want to wait that long. Other than that, a lot of big news for Guilty Gear Xrd. It's going to be one of my biggest anticipated fighting games of this year, and I can't wait to do coverage. And speaking of coverage, you might have remembered the thing I was talking to about working with Axis on some potential videos, and that's coming up very soon. So anybody out there that's a Guilty Gear fan that's looking forward to this game, that wants to know how it's played, the systems, the mechanics, Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have some exclusive videos on this channel ahead of release date coming out very soon, going over characters, system mechanics, and almost everything you'd need to know about Guilty Gear Xrd before it's released. As always, dudes, thank you very much for the support. If you're looking forward to those videos, I encourage you to subscribe by clicking the button below the video, and we'll be back as soon as possible with more Guilty Gear Xrd character updates if they do get revealed, as well as anything news-wise that might pop up about the game. As always, dudes, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned. We'll be back with more Guilty Gear Xrd as soon as possible. My name is Maximilian, and I'll see you next time.